Hi, welcome back to Lightworker Training. My name is Tatiana, and I'm so grateful to be finally joining you again. I just got super slammed. That doesn't sound so good. Like a loving body slam of really fun projects at work and classes, and it's been amazing. But kind of fell behind on my Lightworker training videos, so I'm grateful to be back and sharing some hopefully inspiring content with you. I left off at the end of part 3. I might have some more things I need to tack on to the end of that, but I'm feeling called to just jump into part 4 and start talking about intuition because that is my vibe right now. So the topic of today's video is intuition is natural. Intuition is natural. So, despite what we've been told, it's not, experiencing psychic phenomenon, getting intuitive messages, seeing pictures, or having like some kind of pre-cognizance of events to come. This is nothing special. This is nothing special. This is nothing special. I'm going to keep repeating that because that's a really good brainwashing technique. So, a little positive brainwashing for you here today because we've been told over and over again through the media mostly that only those special people have those gifts and talents. Regular old Joes like me and you, we're not psychic, we're not special, we don't have these capacities and abilities. Well, I'm here to tell you that's a load of crap because these capacities are inherent. We all have these abilities naturally. Now, we have been through this process of indoctrination in this system. We've been told over and over again certain things. We've been shown certain images and visuals and messages, and there's all kinds of things going on with that, with the colors and the frequencies and everything, right? We've been told that, we don't have what it takes, that we shouldn't trust our intuition, our own knowingness. We should always look to these external arbiters of truth and these external authority figures, these external teachers. What is intuition? Inner teaching, inner teacher. You have a teacher within you, which I talked about, I believe, in part 1. You are the teacher of this course. You are the teacher, you are the student. um, so it is an inherent capacity, um, or I should say, a natural ability, and our capacity maybe has been temporarily limited by all of this programming and social conditioning. However, we can rebuild the capacity for this kind of natural communication, really. It's an internal and external communication system. Now, anyone can pick up on these messages, give and receive messages, but the deprogramming is absolutely required. And that's why I spend time talking about things like trauma and brainwashing and all the mental programs that we're running from this life, ancestral programs, multidimensional. I mean, there's plenty of work for us to do in the energy clearing and deprogramming department. But it absolutely is required because we all have this to some extent. It's prevalent in the collective. So even if your individual experience was one of intuition being encouraged and acknowledged and validated throughout your childhood, and you were, you never watched TV, you never saw any movies, you never went to school, you never interacted with other people physically, you're still in that collective field psychically. So you could still be running some programs on the collective level. Now, in that circumstance that I just described, probably all of that other positive support would completely counteract the other. So the effect would be negligible, but I wouldn't be surprised if even that theoretical individual had some of this energy lurking around in their field. So, anyway, check out the previous chapter where I do talk about mindset awareness and starting to observe the mental programs that we're running, because this whole world is being controlled through our minds. We are actually the ones creating everything, and our minds are being used as I talked about this before, it's almost like a projector, and somebody else is putting this film in it for us to project their programming into the field of creation. But you know what, we can project whatever we want into the field of creation. So check out that playlist, part 3, mindset awareness, if you want to get into the mental realms, and hopefully you do, because it's not optional if you want to be free. And ooh, I almost said sovereign, but that's kind of a dirty word these days. I'm free maybe is a dirty word these days too. Anyway, so just a couple things I want to say about intuition being natural. Just I'm going to try to keep these videos a little bit shorter if I can. So your individual subconscious mind has recorded everything. It's like your personal Akashic records. Everything is in there. So that personal subconscious is always communicating things to you. It's always receiving imprints and messages and information and storing it, and also always communicating that to you in some way, but you're not aware of it, right? You can be aware of it though. You could start to not be aware of all of it because it's too much for your conscious mind to comprehend or apprehend, but you can go to your personal Akashic records, ask questions, and get answers for things. So you've got this individual kind of mind, the subconscious mind that you can access. There's also a collective subconscious. And this isn't even getting into the realms of nature, right? But the collective subconscious is always receiving imprints and messaging and communicating that as well. So there's your own, there's the collective of humanity, there's also the collective of all of nature. So this is really powerful. All of nature is communicating to you all the time. Everything has some kind of intelligence. Now, it may not be what we have been taught is intelligence, but everything has this inherent consciousness that it's imbued with and always communicating. So this is true with certainly with humans, with animals, with plants, with stones, even things we think of as inanimate objects, because even something like this book over here or this cup is made of plants, is made of minerals, right? So even things like that, they've been transmuted, but even inanimate objects can have some sort of that energy still within them. They can hold certain imprints and they can also release that and they can tell us. We could tune into them and they could tell us what those imprints are. We could see that if we wanted to. So this is why, some people can look at something and go, or touch an object and say, oh, this used to belong to this older woman. And, it's just whether you want to think of it as they're touching that thing and they're able to access the energy of the person who was touching it before, or you think that that thing itself has some kind of consciousness within it that's communicating. It doesn't really matter. In my perspective, everything is made up of consciousness. And so we can access consciousness through any part of the entire collective of the field of creation. So, okay, let's see. What I wanted to say, I don't want to get too sidetracked, so I'm checking my notes. I'm going off on a tangent here. But the important thing to know is that there is a sea of information and consciousness all around us, and it's communicating to us and through us continuously. And if we will it to be, we can perceive it. So even if you can't right now, I bet if I sat and picked your mind, picked your brains for a minute, I could probably spark some memory within you of a time where you did tap into this consciousness and receive a message. For example, maybe you thought about a friend, and right after you thought about them, somebody said their name, or they called you or something. You go, wow, I was just thinking about you. So, we've all had some kind of experience like this. So it might seem like, well, but that was just a random thing. Like, how can I do that on command? Well, in a word, my friend, it is practice. It's just practice. And because this is actually your natural state, whoa, your natural state of being, you are guaranteed to be successful. So practice, practice. I'm going to get into that a little bit more in the next video, talking about the language of intuition and how it shows up differently for different people. And that can help you to start tuning into this inherent, totally natural, not at all special, but really cool ability that we all have. So that's it for now. And I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video about intuition. In the meantime, start tuning in, and I'll see you next time on Lightworker Training. Bye for now.